I could practice, but
It makes me think of the.
What the heck, man?
Welcome back to the Legacy of Nerd. I am Daniel with the Countdown City Geeks, and today we're at the Morphinominal Expo in San Antonio, Texas, at the Wonderland of America Malls. And I am joined here today with the amazing Hector David Jr., Mike Fernandez from Power Rangers Samurai. I'm sorry. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. It's an awesome event. It's a community-based event. They put on a great show for the community, and I'm standing next to one of my amazing friends and part of a great legacy, Jenna Frank, and she's the one that actually got me on the show. Super last minute.
I saw that. You're like day 5, right day 0, pretty much, just right there.
I treat my bookings like I treat my time. I'm on Puerto Rican time.
Dude, minute by minute. That's where we are, right? So, what is it like being a part of the Green Ranger legacy and being part of this humongous fandom as it is?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a fan first. I was 5 years old when I first laid eyes on Power Rangers, and you could not separate me from the TV.
Yes.
You know, I'm a fan first. I was a huge fan, and you know, I love the original 5. But when when Jason David Frank came onto the scene, Tommy Oliver, my whole world was rocked. Like I had all of his toys, the flip heads. My godfather bought me 2, one I could open and one I can keep. Still has the one in the box.
Whoa.
And then 20 years later, all my dreams came true. So why I say that is, you know, I tell all my fans and friends that I meet around the world is, no matter what your dream is, big or small, you can be anybody you want to be. You know, and if it happened for me, I'm living proof that if you work hard, you treat people good, you're humble, but you're hungry, the world is your oyster and dreams come true.
And Samurai was a really big season in the sense that, you know, Power Rangers came back to Saban. It was heavily supported and heavily promoted. I remember, I was in early 20s at that time, but I remember literally just Samurai everywhere. What was it like going to the stores and seeing Samurai all everywhere?
One of my favorite times, and this is like, Mama, I made it kind of moment, right? I'm in New York, and I'm walking in Times Square. And right as I'm walking by one of the big jumbotrons, there's my face.
Nice.
With Najee, Erica,
yeah,
Brittany, and Steven. And so that was a big moment for me because it was like reality had set in that my whole world was about to change. And then we went to the movies later that day, right? And we're sitting in the movie theater, and sure enough, our preview played in the previews in the trailer. Awesome. For Power Rangers Samurai, and it's a TV show, so we were blown away that they, like you said, they heavily marketed it.
Yeah.
And it was in the theater, and I have a spotlight in that trailer where I have that moment with Mentor G, and I'm trying to learn kanji, and I'm not getting it right. Yeah. I'm like, oh well, I could practice, but
it makes me think of the.
What the heck, man? Say what up to the people, though. Say what up to the people. We're doing a live interview that you just freaked up.
My bad.
My bad, Mom. My bad.
Have a good Sunday. Happy more. That's what being in San Antonio.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much, man.
And yes, I did see your season. I liked it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Much love, man. So yeah, it was that time in New York, and then being in the movies, and then building a bond with my cast. I think Iris Hampton, the casting director of Power Rangers, she's been the casting director for many years, has literally has God in her favor and selects the right people to be Rangers. You know, we get together and we do these shows, and we're all from different multiverses of Rangers.
Yeah.
But we all are humble, respectful. We love on each other. We hang out. We party together. We cry together. We laugh together. We share experiences. So that has been one of my greatest joys, is just being a part of this, not only the fandom, but this legacy that continues 30 years this year. You know, so it's so refreshing that that Iris Hampton has selected the people that she has to be Rangers, to play Rangers, because everyone that I've met, every Ranger that I've met, really, believes in what they say, what they do, how they treat the fans.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, without the fans, this show is nothing.
Yeah.
And that's why it's had such a successful run of 30 years. And, I'm just extremely humbled, and I'm extremely grateful for the position that not only Iris Saban took on me, but God. Yeah. He gave me, I really believe that playing the Green Ranger was destiny for me.
It was, and one thing about Samurai, and you brought up the cast meshing together. Like you guys mesh together really well. I see that a lot more, with Samurai, Dino Charge, and Megaforce. Like they actually those cast members seem to work together as a team on screen as well. One thing I find really interesting about Samurai is that it really up to that point it looked really different than prior seasons. You guys had your power up modes. Like you said, you guys were painting when you're Morpher doing your kanji.
Yeah,
like,
and staying very true to the to the Japanese Shikenja. Trying to we weren't we were loosely based on that series.
Yeah.
But Saban went in a total different direction. It was literally the day before we started filming. He changed the scripts. Like literally the day before, we got a call saying we're gonna shut production out for 2 weeks. Saban wants to lower the ages of the Rangers and rewrite the scripts. And so we went from playing very mature characters from a 16 to 20-year-old bracket to now 14 to 16.
Wow.
And Emily being the youngest Ranger of our season.
Yeah.
And he really coined giving to the new generation of fans, as well as having the original theme song and certain elements that cater to our older fans.
You're right, and especially during that time, it's you're bringing in, especially that time as well, the Neo Saban. We're bringing a lot newer fans into the mix that now are young 20s, young mid 20s, and now they're the ones we're like we were there before you. We were Mighty Morphin, but this is what we want. That's how Power Rangers has gotten to survive this entire time, which is amazing. So I did want to talk about that great picture that you have with JDF, that when you were filming the legendary battle. I just want to know how that picture happened, because it's just like such an iconic picture. I know it wasn't really featured in the show, but it looks awesome. And the way JDF's just like that, and you're just all stoic and everything.
I get emotional when I talk about it. I'm a crier, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not afraid of hiding my emotions, because it is very special. It is very iconic, and I'll never forget. I'm standing next to Brittany Purtle, Emily, and I'm standing next to him, and I just keep looking over at him. Wow, my dreams actually came true. My dreams actually came true, and I say, Jason, Tommy, can I put on the shield?
You just asked him?
He said, can I wear the shield for a second? And we were getting ready to do another take, right? And we got hundreds of Rangers behind us.
Yeah.
Hundreds of people working on this crew. And he goes, I'll do one better for you. Come on. Wardrobe. Brings wardrobe over. They start unstrapping him, right? Takes it off. Puts it on me. Wardrobe straps me up. And he says, looks me in the eye and he says, Hector, you have done the Green Ranger justice. You make me proud. He actually wrote it on one of my original toys that I have.
Oh, wow.
And so he says, I won't do this for many people, but there's something about you, and I want to pass it to you, right? And so it was my idea, because I was standing next to him as Mike, right?
Yeah.
Hector, but that 5-year-old little boy in me, the words came out to him like, can I please put on the shield? And that's like some real fan shit, because it's like, man, and that's why I tell people, like, your dreams can come true. I'm living proof, because it literally happened. I was such a big fan. And when he did that moment, that's when we said, one day, we are going to direct, write, or produce Forever Green. And that next week, I went and got the website to Forever Green Co. I still own it. Hasbro, whenever you're ready, I'm ready to play a villain, and I'm ready to produce, direct, write, or star in Forever Green. I know it's what he would have wanted. I have one of the most badass ideas that he left for me. And so, people ask me all the time about the photo, like, we expected to see that in the show, and everybody's looking at it, waiting for it, and it never happened.
But I'm okay with it not being in the show, because one, it's just the way you guys look, like in the picture, is just it's perfect. Like, I don't know if you could have done it justice in the show, because it just would have been, I think, a passing by real quick.
Yeah.
But that photo, it just stands still forever. You know what I mean? And it's a perfect photo.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's a photo that is a reminder that dreams come true if you work hard, you believe, and treat people with love and respect. We're in a time and place in society where everybody's on edge. Kindness is left at the door. I want to be the best version of myself. I'm not perfect in any means, but now I'm a daddy, and that's the most important role to me now is being a dad. And a dad to a little girl, and that's why I love Jenna so much, and I keep a close eye on her because I know that's not only what he would have wanted, but I want my daughter to be treated with love and respect and honor, and so that's the type of energy that I put out, and it's God. At the end of the day, God moves through me, the Holy Spirit. And I'm just not afraid to share my faith and my testimony with people.
That's beautiful, man. I appreciate that. Going back to Samurai a little bit.
Yeah.
I know you get asked what is your favorite episode a lot. I wanted to ask what is one of your favorite memories from your time from Samurai?
I'll never forget. It was probably one of the most real, authentic lines that I gave. Right. It's during the Clash of Red Rangers, our movie where. One of the Red Rangers from past seasons comes to town, and we're trying to figure out who he is. And the girls invite him back to the house, and I keep thinking he's looking at Emily, right? I'm like, yo, you better stop looking at my girl, man. You're getting banged up in the Shiba house. But and so I'll never forget, and you can see it on my face how authentic it is, because at that time, I had really I had a lot of love for Brittany and Pirtle. And I think that's why our chemistry was so great on screen, because we shared that chemistry even in life. The whole cast, we're very close. But I really feel like at that moment when she says to me, and I'm walking in, right, and she says to me, and I don't like the way he looks at you. And she goes, how can you tell? I can just tell. And that was, I'll give you guys the real deal too.
Because he has the helmet on the entire time.
Of why it was so authentic, right? Because it came from a real place. But it was Mentor G's last day, right? So we cracked open a bottle of tequila, and to celebrate, and we just had a shot each. And so right when they called action, I started to feel it a little bit, and so you can see it in my face that like there's like a little redness in there. I had this like Puerto Rican glow, but it came from a real place because I had a lot of love for Brittany, and I wasn't letting anybody come between me and my girl.
That's awesome.
And that's why I went to the farm. That's why I went to the farm with Emily.
That's also why tequila is dangerous, guys.
Hey,
but it's good. So lastly,
Casamigos.
Do you have any upcoming projects or appearances that you want to talk about?
Absolutely, man. A project that I'm very excited about, directed by the famous, the amazing, the humble, the beautiful man he is, Michael Copon. So he calls me out of the blue and says, I hadn't spoken to him in many years, like 2 or 3 years. And out of the blue, at a day where I was getting ready to retire because I'm about to be a daddy, so I was getting ready to retire from acting. I was going to go become FWC, which is Fish and Wildlife Officer in the state of Florida. That same night that I put my fork down from explaining to my girl I'm ready to retire, right, from eating dinner, Michael Copon calls me and says, hey, congratulations on being a dad. I want you to play the lead role in my film that shoots in the Philippines, right, with Bea Alonzo, the Julia Roberts of the Philippines, and Danny Trejo. And Costas Mandalore.
I saw that you were gonna be, yeah.
Yep. So he's on the phone with me, and me and my girl at the time, our jaws are on the ground, right? So he says, but you leave July 29th. My daughter's due date was July 29th, right? And I'm supposed to go to the Philippines for a month and a half to go film the biggest movie in my career.
Yeah.
Thank God that my daughter came 2 weeks early, so I got to spend her first 2 weeks with her and build that bond. And then Daddy went right to work. And it was God, Michael Copon. He trusted me, and I dedicated 3 months of my life of becoming a daddy and building that role. Yeah. And so the movie's called 1521. Hopefully this year the world gets to see it. They're in post-production now.
Okay.
But it's a great piece, faith-based elements, Romeo and Juliet type storyline, and something I'm very, very proud of. Awesome. I got a new show on Lifetime Movie Network with Vivica Fox, who has become one of my friends through working with her. And I've always loved her and had a lot of respect for her and her work. And so Keeping Up with the Joneses on Lifetime, I play Carlos, a detective. And a project I'm really proud about because, again, I was a fan of her growing up, Soul Food, Independence Day.
Yeah.
And so, and then, again, God made it a possibility for me to work with her.
That's awesome.
So, and I'm producing as well now. I got a few projects that I'm producing. Rivals, Teenage Musical, Eliza. Hopefully, 2 of those projects will film this year. And last but not least, last year I produced and funded a project called a Christmas Miracle. And I brought down my lead actor dropped out last minute. I picked up the phone. I called Najee Tej, my Blue Ranger, and I hired him to play the lead role in our film. And he did an amazing job.
Awesome.
And so hopefully this Christmas season, the world gets to see, Kevin and Mike on screen together in a Christmas realm. But a great story, a great script, and something that'll really touch your heart. And I'm really proud of Najee, his work ethic, and what he's doing. I love him like a brother. We were roommates during Power Ranger Samurai, and I got a lot of love for him and respect. And so,
awesome.
My work's not done. But
yeah, you're definitely busy.
Yeah,
and new dad too. Congratulations.
My greatest role yet.
Right? That's really important. Where can they find you?
You can find me here at Morphinominal for a few more hours, but you can find me at Hector David Jr. It's HECDAVID.
Get it?
JR. Hooked on Phonics Ranger over here. But yeah, you can find me on all platforms except TikTok. I ain't talking. But, you find me on Instagram, Twitter.
Awesome.
And IMDb as well. You can find my credits, find my new projects or my older projects, and keep up with me. I'm doing a lot of great things, doing a lot of great things for the community. And if you want me in a town near you, just reach out. I'll come.
Awesome. Team JDF.
Absolutely. And thank you so much to Team JDF for bringing me here, for allowing me to come last minute. And thank you to Morphinominal. Thank you to you for a great interview, to your staff and your crew. I really appreciate great questions, and I'm glad we got down to some really good stuff. And
we'll edit that weird thing. Maybe that'll be a blooper. We'll figure it out. It'll look good.
No, I think it'll look good.
I think it'll look good.
We played it off.
It'll be a promo, actually.
Right?
We'll do a promo. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time. It was awesome meeting you, man.
You too, man.
That was awesome, dude.
You too.